Hi Ryan, and welcome to the therapy department. Is it okay if I work with you today?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So how's everything going today?
Good. Aside from my shoulder. Thanks,
Okay.
thanks for asking.
You're welcome. Glad to hear that everything's going okay. So my name's Leah, and I'm going to be the occupational therapist working with you throughout your therapy while you recover. Have you heard of occupational therapy before?
Um, kind of. I mean, I understand that I need it to get my shoulder back to fully functional, but I'm not really sure exactly what occupational therapy is. So maybe you could tell me.
Sure,
More
yeah.
about
You sound like you have a little bit of a basis. Occupational therapy, their aim is we want to get you back to your everyday activities and things that you love doing, and we want you to be able to do these things as independently as possible. So first, I want to ask you a few questions about yourself. This is called an occupational profile. The object of the occupational profile is to talk to you and find out more about yourself so that we can mold your therapy to fit your needs and your wants. Does that sound good to you? Do you have any questions so far?
No, I mean, that sounds like a good place to start.
Okay, cool. We'll get started then. So I'm going to start with getting a little bit of background on you. How old are you, Ryan?
23.
Okay. And what is your occupation?
I'm a graduate student at George Washington University in downtown DC. Yeah, so I go there full time for school, and I live right by.
Okay. So you live right nearby, you said. Do you live alone? Do you have roommates?
No, I have two roommates.
Okay.
So,
And do you live in an apartment or a house?
yeah, live in an apartment, seventh floor, but there's elevators.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
not too bad.
Neat. So you have two other roommates.
Mhm.
In the past, have you had any other medical problems?
I broke my left arm, this bone,
Okay.
I guess radius, in I think it's radius in high school, but no other problems with it since the break. It fully healed up, and yeah, and then nothing really else, nothing outstanding. I'm not on any medications long term. Don't have any allergies or anything. So.
Okay. That sounds good. Thanks for telling me all that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to get a little more specific into your injury. So you are seeking services because you recently had a shoulder surgery on your right side. Can you give me more information, more details about the injury that you had?
Sure. Yeah. I have a torn rotator cuff in my right shoulder. So I tore it, and I didn't really do anything about it. And it wasn't too bad. And that was a year ago. And then I just opted to have surgery because it was really starting to affect my life. So
Okay.
then I had the surgery,
Okay.
and now I'm here.
Neat. Okay. So you said you were in a lot of pain during some activities. Can you give me some daily activities that you were having a hard time completing or that are areas of concerning you?
Yeah. So even now, like lifting my arm, I can't really get it above my shoulder.
Okay.
Like this arm can't get above my shoulder. It like it starts to hurt right
Mhm.
about here. So a lot of things like brushing my teeth, shampooing my hair
Mhm.
is pretty much impossible. It's a one-handed job with the sun.
Mhm.
And then school wise, I'm sitting up and like prolonged typing
Mhm.
is pretty tough. I have to like really lower down my computer and like look down that way.
Okay.
And then putting groceries away is really painful. My roommates have to help me out with that.
Okay.
I can't really get on the higher shelves like cans and stuff. I
Mhm.
can't get them like above my head.
Mhm. Yeah,
Especially
reaching up to higher.
heavier objects. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So and also, I did play basketball recreationally
Mhm.
with a couple students,
Okay.
a couple of my fellow students, but I quit. So I
Okay.
quit like a year. I haven't been playing for.
It too painful to play the activity.
Yeah,
Okay.
like shooting,
Mhm.
anything like that.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds to me that you have a pretty active lifestyle and you stay busy, and the tear in the rotator cuff is affecting your day-to-day lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other barriers that are getting in the way of you completing your normal routines?
Well, I try to go through my day
Okay.
as normally as possible, but the shoulder stiffness, soreness, and now like shooting pain, it makes it really hard
Okay.
to complete like the day that I want to.
Okay.
Like, I just can't do it. A lot of the things, and it's becoming a major issue for me.
Okay. Can you think of any activities that you were able to still complete?
Yeah. So still able to put on like pants, socks, tie my shoes, anything like below.
Okay.
Just reaching down is not a problem. It's really that up, and then the metro makes it easy.
Okay.
To get to and from class.
Mhm.
And then I am still able to run. So I kind of picked up running as opposed to basketball now.
Okay.
So that's okay. I mean, it's been okay.
Mhm.
No real problems with it. I think with the jarring, but it doesn't really hurt. So I've been able to run.
Okay. Okay, so you've kind of switched it up and just started running. I'm
Mhm.
glad to hear that you're still able to do some type of exercise. So you mentioned living in an apartment with roommates. Do you feel that your roommates support or hinder you being able to complete your activities?
Yeah, my roommates are awesome. They're very supportive. And you know they help me do a lot of things like putting away groceries. Like they help me put on the tie,
Okay.
help me tie it. I'm
Mhm.
just thinking of things
Mhm.
that they help me do. So I feel like they sometimes want to get things done a little bit faster, so they end up doing things for me.
Okay.
But it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really helpful.
Okay. Can you think of any other things in your environment that will support or inhibit your activities?
I think the metro is is really good because I don't have to worry about driving to class
Okay.
or anything
Mhm.
like that, or even for like groceries or like
Mhm.
getting anything. The metro is pretty helpful because I feel like driving, like on
Mhm.
top of the
Yeah.
like right about here even kind of hurts.
Mhm.
So driving might be pretty tough.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. So you mentioned earlier that you enjoy playing basketball and running. What other interests or values do you have?
I really like being active. Keeping busy. Being a graduate student, I have a lot of time studying and
Mhm.
doing a ton of homework. But I like to go to the movies, spend time with family and friends, and I go to church on Sundays.
Okay. Okay. And talking about you going off of you being a graduate student, what other roles that do you play in your daily life?
So I'm a roommate. So helping out with just the apartment and all the needs there.
Okay.
And like I think that role's kind of suffering because I can't really like help with a lot of stuff like cleaning
Mhm.
and like just putting things away and things like once my shoulder gets irritated I really can't help with anything.
Mhm.
So that's been tough. I'm also a son, so I call my mother every day, and I'm an older brother, and I have a younger brother and younger sister. So
Okay.
I guess those are also roles.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So what were some routines that you did on a daily basis that have been affected by your injury?
So morning exercise. We used to play basketball in the mornings.
Okay.
So now it's running. I also go to school, so that's been being affected a little bit. And then taking time to like make a dinner, go to church on Sundays.
Mhm.
And I've had to modify or change these routines because of my shoulder. Like running instead of basketball, going to bed before 10:30 has become what seems impossible because I'm like showering at night
Mhm.
and brushing my teeth takes so much longer. So like I look at the clock and it's like 11:30.
Okay.
By the time I get everything done, it's tough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. So just those activities take a lot longer to complete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So throughout your occupational therapy here with me and the rest of the team, what are your goals that you would like to achieve or work towards?
I think the number one thing would be just being able to independently kind of take care of myself.
Okay.
All the things that my roommates help me with. So I want to be independent in getting dressed for the day, putting away my own groceries, being able to brush my teeth
Mhm.
without like having terrible pain, and then ultimately getting back to playing basketball
Okay.
would be really cool.
Mhm.
We'll see. I think it'd be awesome.
Okay. Yeah, those all sound like great goals that we can really work on here to get you to reach those goals. Can you think of any goals related to the roles that you mentioned earlier that you want to maybe reach or achieve?
Yeah, pretty much just being a good roommate.
Okay.
That's the number one thing that's kind
Mhm.
of been affected. So I want to have a fully functional shoulder, so I don't have to have my roommates keep worrying about helping me.
Okay. Okay, Ryan. Well, that completes the occupational profile on my end. Thanks for providing me with such great information, and I look forward to working with you. Do you have any questions for me that you can think of? Anything that you want to talk about?
No. Yeah, no questions.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
All right.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
All right.
Oh my God! Did it not?